from the last lecture. So I told you that this is the pitch cylinder of helical gear and this is the pitch cylinder of equivalent spur gear. So it is having diameter D and this is having diameter D. So therefore radius is small r and here the radius is RE. Here if we see that you will observe an ellipse whose major axis is this one and minor axis is this one. So having the radius r and r by cos alpha. By observing the figure, now we will see if the pitch cylinder of helical gear is cut at normal plane NN, which is shown in figure, the resultant sectional view, whatever we have drawn, of the pitch cylinder will be an ellipse, which is having semi-minor axis r and semi-major axis r by cos alpha. And r you know that is the pitch circle radius of helical gear along transverse plane TT. So how it is written in analytically? So therefore RE is equal to semi major axis bracket square divided by semi minor axis. So it is equal to semi major axis is r by cos alpha. So r by cos alpha bracket square divided by r. If we solve this, you will get RE equal to r by cos square alpha. So this is very important equation. That means diameter DE is equal to D by cos square alpha. Hence, the helical gear is equivalent to an imaginary spur gear, which is in the normal plane NN and having pitch circle radius RE, shown in here. So, this imaginary spur gear is called as equivalent spur gear, or it is also known as virtual spur gear or formative spur gear. Now, let us say so T is number of teeth on equivalent spur gear and let us say T is number of teeth on helical gear. So as we know that module MT is transverse module of helical gear and MN is normal module of equivalent spur gear. So what is module? Module is pitch circle diameter divided by number of teeth. Already we have learned this in unit number 1. So Mn is equal to D upon T. So Mn is related to equivalent spur gear. That's why diameter of equivalent spur gear divided by number of teeth on equivalent spur gear. So D by T. So from this equation just we rearrange. So T is equal to D by Mn. What is D? Already we have calculated D by cos square alpha. And what is Mn? Already we know Mt into cos alpha. So after putting this, we get T is equal to D by Mt into cos cube alpha. So this is another equation we got. Now module of helical gear is transverse module Mt equal to diameter of helical gear divided by number of teeth on helical gear. So T is equal to D by Mt. So T is equal to what is D? So D from this equation it is T into Mt cos cube alpha. So here I have written T into Mt cos cube alpha divided by Mt. So Mt get cancelled and we will get T is equal to T into cos cube alpha, or you can write T is equal to T by cos cube alpha. So this is the equivalent number of teeth on spur gear, and that is equal to number of teeth on helical gear divided by cos cube alpha. And this important equation we got. So this will be asked in the exam for short note, and it is also useful for solving the numericals. Now we have to see force analysis of helical gear. Now again I have drawn pitch cylinder of helical gear which is having radius r. So there is a point on the pitch cylinder of helical gear where you can find lot of forces are acting. So let us say now a block EDCI and block IGHC. So another one is AEIG. So from a, let us say F is the resultant force acting on the point on the teeth of the cylinder. Fr is the radial force where Fa is the axial force. So here Ft is tangential force, alpha is helix angle, and there is a normal pressure angle and transverse pressure angle phi n and phi t respectively. So here, so I will draw a free body diagram of this. So let us say figure number 1 or B. So in that triangle ABC, if you see triangle A, B and C, so this is the triangle. In that angle is phi n, correct? And Fr is downwards, F is hypotenuse. So here Fr, F. So this is one triangle. Second one BDC, triangle BDC. So this is also FA and FT, FA and FT, where angle is alpha. And third one is triangle EDC. So EDC, EDC, Fr and Ft, and angle is phi t, correct? So resultant force F acting at the point of contact on the tooth of helical gear, and it can be resolved into three components, namely tangential force Ft, radial force Fr, axial force Fa, as shown in figure. So let us consider first triangle ABC, figure B, where sin phi n equal to Fr upon F. Correct? So Fr equal to F into sin phi n. Then cos phi n equal to BC upon F. Here BC upon F. So what is BC? BC equal to F into cos phi n. Equation 1 and 2. From figure C, now this is the figure C, PDC. So cos alpha equal to Ft by BC. Now we already calculated BC. So putting value of BC, cos alpha equal to Ft upon F cos phi n. So we will get Ft is equal to F cos phi n cos alpha. Now consider triangle again BDC, sin alpha is Fa upon BC. So Fa equal to BC into sin alpha. So what is BC? Already we have calculated, that is F cos phi n. So Fa equal to F cos phi n sin alpha. So dividing this equation number 4 by equation number 3, so we get Fa by Ft. So Fa cos phi n sin alpha divided by F cos phi n cos alpha. So this will get cancelled and we will get final equation Fa upon Ft equal to tan alpha. Therefore, Fa equal to Ft into tan alpha. If you know Ft and alpha, we can easily calculate Fa. The direction of axial force, this is the axial force, depends upon the type of hand of helix and direction of rotation. Now from equation number 1, already we have calculated, this is equation number 1, Fr equal to F sin phi n. So Fr is F sin phi n and Ft is F cos phi n cos alpha. This is equation number 3. So F is equal to, here for F is equal to Ft upon cos phi n cos alpha. From this equation just I have calculated F. So putting this value of F in equation number 6, we get Fr equal to Ft by cos phi n cos alpha into sin phi n. So sin phi n upon cos phi n, it is tan phi n. So Fr is equal to Ft into tan phi n upon cos alpha. So this is the radial force. So if you know tangential force, you can calculate radial force as well as axial force. So tangential force will be calculated by using following formula. So tangential force equal to torque transmitted by helical gear divided by pitch circle radius of helical gear. So Ft equal to torque transmitted, capital TO or torque. I have given the notation TO, you can give any notation, divided by R. So now from last triangle EDC, tan phi t equal to Fr by Ft. So from equation number 7 or equation 7 can be written as cos alpha equal to Ft by Fr tan phi n. So this equation just I have rearranged. Therefore cos alpha equal to tan phi n upon, I can write like this, Fr by Ft. Putting the values of equation 9 into equation 10, so we'll get Fr by Ft nothing but tan phi t. So cos alpha equal to tan phi n upon tan phi t. Why this equation is used? If you don't know directly alpha, if you know phi n and phi t, we can directly calculate. By using this equation, we can calculate alpha. So phi n is normal pressure angle of equivalent spur gear, and phi t is transverse pressure angle of helical gear. So students, please make a note. This note you can write down in your notebook. In helical gear, always take or always use transverse module, that is MT, for calculation or by while solving the problem. We know that transverse module MT is equal to Mn by cos alpha. This is very important note. Please make a note. This is required for solving the problem, and this transverse module value you have to use for calculation. And now velocity ratio of helical gear is directly given as number of teeth on gear wheel divided by number of teeth on pinion. So that you know very well. So center distance of helical gear we will see in the next class.